Hey, Summer. It seems like you got another package delivered to your house. God, could you guys be more poor? If your parents didn't keep sending you care packages, then you all would have probably starved already, right?
Oh, hi, Beth. No, it isn't really like that, actually.
But you got stuff delivered to your door almost every day.
Yes, I do get packages from my parents as well, but this time it wasn't from them.
Well, how does it feel knowing that you can only survive off of the kindness of others? It must be so limiting.
Limiting? Sorry, I don't really know what you're talking about.
You know, all a person like you does is bring down the value of the neighborhood that they're living in. You're like gentrifying, but in reverse. Though I guess we have to hang out because our kids are friends. I just feel bad for your little boy. He'll grow up wanting what you can never give him.
Hold on. You do know that I'm married to a doctor and that we live in a pretty nice house, don't you?
Well, if you say so. But I've walked by your house and it just looks like some old house barely standing. It's nothing like my house, which is the biggest in the whole neighborhood, I might add.
That is true. You do have the largest house for a while, yes.
That's right. And the size of our house just reflects how amazing we are as a family. No one else in the neighborhood even comes close to having a place as fabulous as mine. So don't even try to challenge me.
I wasn't even challenging you, but I also have no idea what you're talking about, so you might need to fill me in a little more.
All right, I'll try and put this in very simple terms so that even you can understand. The fact is that I'm getting a little sick of seeing packages being delivered to your house every day.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really causing all kinds of trouble for you and your family.
Well, I just hate seeing the ugly delivery van parked outside every day. It isn't a good look for the neighborhood either.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Those trucks are everywhere and online shopping has been a thing for a couple decades now, but I appreciate your input.
Well, something isn't right. I mean, you get at least 2 deliveries a day. There's no way that you can afford to be ordering that much online.
Well, you literally watch it get delivered to my house, so.
And I'm not just talking about the stuff you get from your parents either. You must be getting a lot of help from your friends for them to be sending you so much stuff. I guess that only proves just how poor you and your family really are, though. Now that I've finally figured out how you're getting all of these boxes delivered to you.
You really haven't, I'm so sorry to say.
You're so poor that you need to rely on your parents and friends to send you boxes of stuff just to survive.
Look, I do have a lot of friends, but none of them are sponsoring my family to help us out of poverty or anything like that.
Well, I also see that guy in a suit who shows up from time to time.
Yeah, he's just a guest of ours.
Oh, please. I know an affair when I see one. It is so obvious.
Okay, you really need to stop jumping to so many conclusions about my life.
Though I do admit that the whole plot is pretty clever. Ask your other man to dress up like someone going to conduct some business so as not to raise any suspicion about your affair. And to think that it almost worked too. You must have thought really hard about that little strategy, huh?
You are really taking all of this just a little bit too far now. Please stop with all the accusations.
That's just what I'd expect someone who's been caught red-handed to say. Well, I'm afraid that I simply can't allow this kind of behavior to take place in our precious neighborhood. Unfortunately for you, I'll have to take some serious action to remedy this.
Wait, please? You seriously don't even know what is going on with my family. Can you please not do this?
It's too late. I'm gonna tell everyone about who you really are. If you won't stop this little affair of yours on your own, then I have no choice but to take matters into my own hands.
But I'm not even having an affair. Why won't you listen to me?
Enough with all of the lies. I'm gonna tell everyone about your little secret and bring everything to light.
No, please, you can't tell anyone about this. I'm begging you.
Now, that is a bit more like it.
My name is Summer. I'm a 38-year-old housewife. My husband works in the city and moved there to be closer to his clinic about 6 months ago. The woman living in the magnificent mansion across the street is Beth. Her husband is also a doctor who works at a nearby general hospital. Although she may dress like a fashionista, her actions and words put her much closer to some kind of barbarian. She just really knows how to get under my skin. My son, however, just transferred schools and quickly became best friends with Beth's son. Because of that, Beth and I have had to see a lot more of each other than I would really like. I'm not sure about Beth, though. She seems to really enjoy calling me poor and putting me down in other ways. Lately, it seems that the thing she's found to complain about is the number of packages I have delivered to my house. The fact is that there are things I just can't explain to Beth, and so I kept my mouth shut. But that just allowed Beth's imagination to run wild until...
You know, Summer, the rumors about you are already starting to spread throughout the neighborhood. I took it upon myself to tell all the other moms nearby.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about all of the women whose children go to the same school as ours do. I invited them all over and told them all about you.
I'm a little confused. I wasn't invited to anything. What is all this about?
Well, of course you weren't invited. You were too busy that afternoon dealing with your special suited-up guest, weren't you?
I have been trying to tell you that he really is just a guest. He's an important business client and nothing more. Honest.
Oh, Summer, it just pains me to see that you're still relying on those same old excuses. I'd really hoped that you would have woken up by now.
I am telling you that you have no idea what you are talking about. Why won't you listen?
It doesn't really matter now, though. I've already told everyone about what you've done, and now no one will ever want anything to do with you again.
How could you do this to me? Why do you hate me so much?
I told them all that they should just block you on everything as soon as they can. I told them they should cross the street when they see you coming and that they shouldn't even say hi to you. You got no one left.
Seriously, what the heck is your problem?
What is your problem? Someone like you should really know better than to carry on with an affair when you are so poor. There was no other way that this little adventure could have ended, really.
For the last time, I'm not poor, and I'm not cheating on my husband. Why won't you just understand that?
Can you just please stop with all of the lies already? If you'd just be honest with others for once, then maybe you'd have more people that felt that they could trust you.
Don't you feel bad for George? What do you think turning me into some pariah is gonna do for him?
Why would I care about what happens to your little urchin? I'd just as soon you keep him at home. That way we won't have to worry about him stealing from the supermarket.
Stealing from the supermarket? What the heck are you even talking about?
Oh, come on. We all know what poor little urchins get up to at the supermarket. I've seen more than enough movies.
You take that back about my son. My son doesn't steal.
And this is one way of making sure of it. It's quite simple. If you know someone is going to steal, you just shun them from the area. It's pretty basic, really.
Well, you can't stop us from going, you know. It's a free country. George loves going to the supermarket with me, and he's always so happy when he sees his friends there.
Well, not anymore. All of us moms have talked, and we're done. We can't stop him from going to school, but we don't have to talk to you out and about.
How can you do this? George is just a kid. You can't let whatever bias you have against me affect him.
Well, then I guess you'll just have to explain to him why it's really all your fault that he won't be allowed to go anymore.
Okay, I was quiet about all of this up till now, but you are really starting to push me towards the edge.
Oh no, I'm so scared of what some poor cheater is gonna do to me.
Beth, I am seriously giving you one more chance to apologize to me right now.
And what do I even have to apologize for? If anything, you should be apologizing to the neighborhood for what you've done. I'm so sorry for being so poor and for being a harlot. Get on your knees at the next PTA meeting and then maybe we can forgive you.
Okay, fine. Be that way. Just don't forget that I tried to warn you. I gave you a chance to undo all of this before it was too late. You've brought whatever else happens from now onto yourself. Beth, do you have a moment to talk about something with me?
I would say that I'm busy setting up the neighborhood market right now, but I'm actually just letting the other woman take care of it. Obviously, all that manual labor isn't really suited to me. I'm a big picture type person, you know?
Beth, do you really think so highly of yourself?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But that really isn't true though, right? I mean, you don't even work. You just got married to a doctor.
Well, obviously the wife inherits the status of her husband. That's just how these things work. And that means that as far as we're concerned, I am better than you.
Well, if you really just wanted to have a contest of who has the better husband, I think I have a pretty good shot of winning, to be honest.
Oh, please, that is just sad. What chance could your poor husband stand against my man?
I'm just telling you the truth.
Just who do you think you are trying to look down on me and my family when all you can afford to live in is that soon-to-be condemned haunted house you call a home? Honestly, when are you finally going to wake up and face the reality that you're living in? My husband is the chief of internal medicine at the General Hospital. How could your husband possibly top something like that?
Well, he could top it if he were, say, the director of the hospital.
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying that my husband is the director of the hospital. Wasn't that obviously what I was implying there?
Why do you insist on all of these lies? I know for a fact that isn't true. He's way too young to be the director. I've seen him, and he's an old man.
Correction, he was an old man. But the last director was actually my father-in-law. My husband took over the hospital from his father, you see.
Wait, is that why you guys moved all the way here?
That's right. And before this, my husband used to work at the university hospital.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm feeling really confused. Well then, what is with all the packages that you guys got?
Those are just little thank you gifts that we get for all the different charities that my husband donates to.
But you get so many, like way too many.
Well, my husband is a very charitable man. I don't know what else to tell you. His father before him taught him about the value of giving back to the community that you live in, and I think he really took that lesson to heart. They're just kitschy things really, cards, photos, some stuffed animals, but obviously he isn't donating just to get the thank you gifts.
But I thought that everyone was donating to you instead.
I'm afraid that is not the case.
Well then, who is that other guy? The one in the suit? The guy you're cheating on your husband with?
Oh, well, that is a lawyer that we're talking to. You see, my husband is trying to open up a foundation under his late father's name, and we're discussing all the legality of that.
So then, he was wearing a suit because he was really working. I don't believe what I'm reading right now.
Well, it is the truth. But yes, there is just a lot of legal red tape to get through. Money you have to put down, you need to assemble a board to manage the foundation. It really is pretty hard work.
But I thought you guys were the real poor ones.
Anyways, that's all to say that the guy in the suit was definitely not someone I was sleeping with.
If your husband is the hospital director, then why do you live in such a crappy house?
Well, we're having a new one built, actually. We're just renting this one in the meantime. Our current house is actually the house that my husband was raised in. Though I do agree, it does look a bit shabby.
Oh, I see. I thought that was the only place that you could afford.
Well, it appears to again not be the case, huh?
But why didn't you tell me any of this? Why keep it a secret?
Because I knew that knowing all this kind of stuff would have affected your attitude in a still negative, albeit opposite direction. If you knew that my husband was the hospital director, I would have probably never been able to get rid of you. You would have been over here all the time trying to kiss up to me and him. I just know it.
What are you talking about? Of course I wouldn't try to take advantage of knowing you all if I knew the truth.
Well, I don't believe that. The only thing you care about is who you know. You proved that in the way you were treating me when you didn't even know who I really was.
But I didn't know. This isn't fair.
Well, you should know that I talked to my husband about the way that you were treating me, and he was not happy to hear about it one bit. So I think it might have been a bad call to tell me that your husband works in the same hospital that my husband runs.
Oh no, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
But thank you for telling me the truth, though. I'm glad that at least you're honest.
Oh, crap! My husband's gonna be so totally mad at me.
I think you'd be lucky if him getting mad is all that happens before this is over.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that while you were spreading rumors that I was having an affair with my lawyer, you've been acting like you don't have a young man coming over to your house in the afternoons either.
No, you don't understand. That guy is just my little brother.
Well, I tried asking your husband about who he was, and he told me that you don't even have a brother, so...
Wait, no, this can't be happening.
So tell me, Beth, who is he?
He's a traveling salesman?
A what?
Yeah, a traveling salesman for vacuum cleaners.
Wow, well, you must buy a lot of vacuum cleaners then.
Oh, crap, this is really bad.
So, I guess it seems like you were the one having the affair this whole time.
No, really, it's just a big misunderstanding.
How dare you try to hurl all of these accusations at me while you're the one actually having the affair?
You're right, I'm sorry. Can you ever forgive me?
Are you being serious right now?
Yes, please. You can even take George to the market.
I never needed your permission to go or not go there in the first place.
I know, but he's welcome is all I'm saying.
In fact, the fund for the market is just one of the many things that my husband helps to support. If you want to talk about being able to or not being able to go, I feel that I am more than qualified to be there.
But I didn't know that.
Oh, look, I just got a message from my husband. Let's see what it says. He says that since your husband hasn't really done anything, there's no use trying to punish him.
Well, that's a relief.
But, considering everything that has come to light, your husband said he wants to divorce you.
Wait, my husband said that?
It would appear so, yes. I suppose he didn't think it was as funny that while he was working in the hospital to save people's lives, you were at home fooling around with other men.
No, this can't be happening. He can't divorce me. This is impossible.
Well, I'm not really the one that you should be trying to convince of that.
Can you please just tell your husband to explain to him that the guy was just a salesman? Nothing happened, I promise.
I thought you said that he was your little brother. So which is it? I would get your story straight before you asked me to pass it on for you.
But if I'm not married to a doctor, then what even am I? I have nothing left.
Wow, well that sounds like you live a very empty and shallow life then. You have my pity.
This divorce is not gonna go well for me since I cheated.
Yeah, that's how those things tend to go as far as I know.
But I don't even have any money. Please, you have to give me some.
Well, sure, you cheated, but that doesn't mean you won't get anything from the divorce, right?
No, you don't understand. I've burned through all of my savings. Any money that my husband gave me, I spent on expensive bags and clothes and vacuum cleaners.
Wow, well, that really sucks for you then, huh? I guess you better try and return all those fancy things you bought and try to get a little money back then.
I don't want to let them go. I need them. Please, you have to help me. If I get divorced, then everyone will know about what I've done. You have to do something.
This really isn't my problem anymore. You can take care of this on your own. Goodbye.
Please, Summer, don't leave me like this. I need you.
I'm not leaving you like anything. You did this to yourself, and now I'm just removing myself from a situation that doesn't involve me, that's all.
But we're friends. Our children are friends. Doesn't that mean anything to you? You have to help me.
Wow, I did not see you as the kind of person to break down into a big mess like this. But no, I think I'm good, thank you. See ya! It wasn't long before Beth and her husband were divorced. It even came out that Beth spent quite a bit of money taking her little boy toy out on shopping sprees with her husband's money. Needless to say, she had to pay everything back in the divorce settlement. I hear that she still hasn't found a job, but he's working hard to find one. My family is still living happily in the neighborhood, and George was happy to go back to the neighborhood market. I knew that the other moms from George's school might not have ever believed Beth's story to begin with, but they all came up to me apologizing profusely for not speaking up. It just goes to show you the effect that a strong personality can have when it comes to influencing others. Still, I'm just happy that I was able to protect my family and their reputation from such a devious woman.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.